Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, and currently the time that I'm putting on the video is on afternoon. The reason you can see in the video that I'm wearing this white thing is to make it clear the presentation, since we're doing it to our beloved lecturer, Mr. Ahmad Jelani. Okay, so continuing on, for today's topic, I will be talking about, basically we will be talking about Malaysia's top food. Okay, as Malaysians, we are a diverse culture. So we produce many different foods that can be found in many different countries throughout Malaysia. Okay, for the locals, I know that you know the majority of the best food in Malaysia. But for the internationals, I want to share more, or I can promote to you new food for you to try when you go travel in countries around Malaysia. Okay, next slide. Okay, introduction. Okay, basically, why do we do this? Why do we do Malaysia's top food? It's because food is life. Food is culture. Okay, food gives us the energy to do stuff. So food is a part of our life. So everywhere we go, food is always not really the number one, but among the top three that human beings need and they go travel about. Okay, Malaysia's culinary, basically the style and the food, is influenced by the four major races: Chinese, Indians, Malays, and some other races considered as others. Three major races. Okay, so basically in this presentation, we will not go through all the top food, but the best that we as a group have chosen to promote to you. Okay, next slide. Okay, for my part, I will start with nasi dagang. Okay, what is nasi dagang basically? Some of you ask. Okay, nasi dagang is spelled in DL. Dagang, which comes from Terengganu, is basically to travel. Basically, it's a food for travelers. Okay, nasi dagang is very famous in Terengganu. Okay, I'm not to say that it's not famous everywhere, but it is a signature dish that is commonly and firstly found in Terengganu. Okay, nasi dagang is made primarily of glutinous rice in coconut cream, together with tuna curry and pickled cucumber and achar, or considered as carrots. This is basically the main type, or how you would normally find nasi dagang. Okay, apart from being the signature dish of Terengganu, it's always used as a morning breakfast for Hari Raya or Eid al-Fitr. Okay, so basically it's either used as signature dish, or it can just be eaten normally, or you can use as morning breakfast. Okay, next slide. Okay, these are the standard ingredients. If you guys, want to cook your own nasi dagang, which in UTP you can't, but you can go back and cook it yourself. Okay, so you can read it here. So it's standard coconut milk, seeds, salba, garlic, and all that. Okay, next slide. Okay, like any other foods, or not really any other foods, but personal cooking, you get many different kind of versions itself. Okay, nasi dagang primarily just now was rice, tuna, and cucumbers and that. But there are some versions where you can actually eat it with other seafood and also with chicken. And in Kelantan, the neighboring country of Terengganu, they have a different type of rice. It's the same same side dish with the rice, except the rice they change. They might have the same tuna curry, but they change with different kinds of rice. That kind of rice is called where is it? Okay, Thai glutinous rice. Okay, so that concludes my presentation on nasi dagang. I will now pass it on to my colleagues for the next type of food. Okay, thank you very much.
Good afternoon. Okay, now I would like to introduce you guys about the famous food, which is laksa. Okay, laksa is the spicy noodle soup from Peranakan cuisine, which is mainly from Chinese and Malay cuisine. The origin of laksa is not really constant. Some may say that it was derived from the Sanskrit laksas, which means 100,000. Some may say it is from Chinese word laksa, which means spicy sand. And some might say that it comes from the words Hokkien, which means dirty. Okay, next. Okay, the standard ingredient for laksa is laksa noodles or rice vermicelli, coconut milk, curry or soup base, meats, fish, or chicken. Okay, next. Okay, there is various type of laksa in Malaysia. First is curry laksa. Curry laksa is coconut-based curry soup. It contains bean curds, fish sticks, shrimps, and cockles. Okay, basically there is another type of coconut-based soup which is laksam, which from Kelantan. Okay, next is asam laksa. Asam laksa is sour fish-based soup. It contains fish and finely sliced vegetables. It's normally served with thick sweet prawns or shrimp paste. Okay, next. Okay, the last one is Sarawak laksa. It's red curry soup base, but it does not contain curry. It has base of sambal belacan and sour tamarind. It consists of garlic, gangala, lemongrass, and coconut milk. If you want to eat it, normally it's found in Sarawak. Okay, I think that's all for my presentation. Thank you.
Okay, so now I'm going to present about char kway teow. So char kway teow, the definition of char kway teow, it literally means that stir-fried rice cake stripes. So it's typically prepared in hawker stall, but of course, if you go to restaurants, they make it as well. So the origin, char kway teow, its origin from Teo, which is in South China, and from an ethnic group called Teochew. As they moved from South China to Southeast Asia, they brought along the food. That's how it came to Asia and then, of course, Malaysia. So last time, in old days, it used to be a poor man's meal because it contains a high carbohydrate and low cost, and it's made of some leftover food. Okay, so next. Okay, so as the Singapore and Malaysia developed during the British Empire era, the making and selling of the char kway teow became a full-time business. So instead of them selling it as a part-time business, so they started selling it as they started making, like, building a store and then started selling it to earn for living. Yeah. Okay, so next. Okay, so these are the standard ingredients in char kway teow, and of course you need some fried rice noodles and the rest sub ingredients to make it tastier. Next. Okay, so there are various versions of char kway teow. The Penang style, which is the most famous char kway teow in Malaysia, that you can only find it in Penang. Okay, and there are Muslim version, which the pork is excluded. Okay, and the Myanmar version. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you.
Well, now we were talking about another Malaysian favorite food, which is rendang. You can take a look at the picture there. Well, rendang was first invented and spread by the Minangkabaus as they ventured beyond their comfort zone into the Malay Peninsula centuries ago. The Minangkabaus are actually the people from who living on the highlands of West Sumatra of Indonesia. What does the word Minangkabau mean? Well, Minangkabau comes from the word first of two. Minang, which is mean by victorious, and Kabau, which is mean by buffalo. So coming in term, saying that is mean by victorious buffalo. They traveled and set up communities in the Malay Peninsula and brought up with their particular food we are enjoying nowadays, which is the rendang. Well, we take a look at second slide, which will be the standard ingredients used in making this rendang. Well, rendang is mostly cooked with beef and sometimes mutton. But chicken and duck is also used when cooking this rendang. But when you're using chicken and duck meat, you use it together with a tamarind juice so that it will take less time to cook the rendang rather than using beef and mutton, which will really take a long time for the cooking process. The basic ingredient for making a good rendang, we can take a look here, which is first a coconut milk. This is a very essential ingredient. Second is salt. Moving on is ground turmeric, garlic, ginger, palm sugar, lemongrass. Last but not least will be the ground coriander seed. So, there are various versions of rendang. They can be divided into two. First is the dried rendang and the wet rendang. Dried rendang is a true rendang which you can see served during the Hari Raya and the normal gathering. You can opt to do the wet rendang, which will be much more gravy, which has a more consumption of coconut milk. People will be avoiding using the wet rendang because since it has a higher consumption of coconut milk due to the health conscious problems they are aware of. So let us take a look on how does the rendang will be cooked. Although rendang is, Westerners think that rendang is a curry, but rendang is not actually anything like a curry, it's more to a gravy. So how does the process of cooking a rendang? Rendang cooked very slowly with plenty of coconut milk with combination of spices and herbs. So with this mixture, the meat will be allowed to soak into the coconut milk ingredients for a much longer time to allow it to become very tender and soft. First process will be boiling, but as the time goes on, it will be a frying process because all the liquid from the ingredient will be evaporated, leaving behind only oil from the coconut milk. So the ingredients we have mainly most in the pan is the coconut milk together cooking with the soft tender of the meat. So what does says that a cooked rendang will look like? A cooked rendang will usually have a very dark, deep color of black, which shows that your meat and the beef are already cooked in a well proportion. So it shows that the higher the amount of meat you're putting into your for the cooking process, the higher the coconut milk consumption is used. So at last, this is an example of picture you can see. The first example here will be an example of wet rendang. Meanwhile, the second down two will be an example of dry rendang.
Okay, next we're moving on with one of the Indian traditional food, which is dosa. Okay, dosa is a fermented crepe or pancake made from rice batter and black lentils. It is a staple dish in South Indian states of Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh and also Kerala. Besides that, it is also popular in other countries and also other parts of India. Okay, for other countries, for example, is Sri Lanka and our own country, Malaysia, and also our neighboring country, Singapore. Okay, dosa is an indigenous to South India. Its exact birthplace in that region is a matter of conjecture. Okay, according to one of the food historian, K.T. Acharya, the earliest mention of dosa can be found in one of the Tamil literature in 6th century. According to P. Anuppan Nair, dosa is originated in Udupi town of present day of Karnataka. Okay, next I move on with a small introduction about the dosa. In popular tradition, the origin of dosa is linked to Udupi. The thinner and the crispy version of dosa, which became popular all over the India and also in our country, this was first made present day in Karnataka. Okay, dosa is one of the main breakfast dish and also a street food. It contains high carbohydrate and also very less concentration of saturated fats, and also it contains no sugar. Okay, as you see, they use ingredients rice and urad dal, which is became a complete protein of the dish. So it's a very good healthier food. We can consider as a healthier food for us to eat dosa. Okay, there are also instant mixing product to make dosa, but it consists of lower nutritional benefits. So we promote to you all to that use traditional way for making dosa rather than buying mixed product of dosa. Okay. Next, I move on with the standard ingredients in dosa, which are skimmed black lentils, rice, poha, and lentil seeds. Now, I just briefly explain about how making dosa. A mixture of rice and urad dal has been soaked in water grounded to form a batter. Okay, the soaked water, the mixture is fermented overnight. So the next day it is mixed with water and battered in the grinder. Okay, after that it is poured onto a pancake on the pan to make as like normal bread like that. Okay, once it is cooked, it is served hot, and some dosa you can serve in different type of creativity based on your creativity, such that you can fold half the dosa and also you can roll it. Right. Later I will show a picture of it how it is served. Okay, next, dosa you can eat with other ingredients, something like chicken curry, sambar, chutney, and even pickles based on your own preference and what you like. Okay. Next, I will explain about the various versions of dosa that's available in Malaysia and also in India. Okay, they are ghee dosa, beef dosa, puri dosa, butter, and egg. Each of it have a different type of ingredients are used in making of dosa. For example, in the ghee dosa, they use a ghee which is sapi or right, it's a ghee. For puri dosa, it's a turmeric powder which is a bit kind of spicy dosa. For butter dosa, they will use butter prata. There will be a different taste of it. And for egg dosa, they use egg. Okay, egg dosa for example is a roti telur, you know, right? So it's the same version of it, it's just that telur dosa for your information. Alright, these are the type of dosa just now I mentioned, which is the first one is folded into half, and they are both these other ingredients that you can eat with, which is sambar, chutney, and that is pickles based on Indian people, meaning people from India. Okay, this is roti telur. I mean not roti telur, it's a dosa telur, which is folded into half. And then it is a normal dosa, which is no any ingredients, add up ingredients, and it is folded into like a cone like that. It's based on the creativity and also attraction of the customer.
Okay, thank you. Now that you have listened to all of my combat presentations about the foods, okay, I know you have many questions that you would like to ask us, but I'm very sorry that we couldn't be here physically to present to you. Maybe you have more questions. Okay, so as this will be uploaded in YouTube, feel free to drop by your comments at the comment section below. You know, they all put that tangan thing down there. You can comment below. We will try to answer them in the comment section, or you can PM us or find us on Facebook. Okay, that one later. Okay, now, just as a conclusion, basically, food in Malaysia reflects the diverse races found in Malaysia. Okay, Malaysia is one Malaysia, so everybody that comes contribute little or more to the influence of food. So the more time you spend in Malaysia, you will find out that our food culture will grow. It will add in more other ethnics, maybe some Arabic. You know, do you know, like for example, okay, maybe our lecturer doesn't know. At V6 in UTP, they actually do Arabic, Malay style of food. So they mix together, they make small fusion. So as more people comes into Malaysia, the foods becomes bigger, nicer maybe, and also more complex. Okay, so to all my international friends and to some maybe long overseas international students, do drop by and visit the famous place Terengganu, Kelantan, Penang, Ipoh. Okay, you're here in Ipoh, and maybe Langkawi. We have much to offer. So again, if you have any questions, just post a comment or the comment section below. We will try to answer it. Okay. This has been our topic, Malaysia's top food. So thank you very much.